All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. We're gonna start with Erica Timrak, and then we'll have Megan Montefusco, and finish up with Seb Hines. I believe we're just to the people in the room today. So, um, Erica, just to get things off, obviously a tough result tonight, but what are your overall thoughts on the match?
Disappointed for sure. Like, we're at the point now where we're hungry for 3 points every time we step on the field. And we had the lead and we were dominating. But it's the thing about soccer, it's change of momentum. But I'm still proud of this team. We worked till the final whistle. We have a lot to learn, but we move forward and we still push for playoffs.
Go to Austin.
Erica, it seemed like throughout that 90 minutes, it was very tough to kind of break down that press from the rain. Just kind of talk about how playing out of the back, trying to play through those lines was a bit difficult tonight, and how you guys can kind of improve going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can expect that in this league. High press, fast forwards. But we do a ton of playing out of the back in practice, and we have to adapt. At the end of the day, that's this league. And we want to play soccer. We want to keep the ball. We want to play out from the back. So we have to keep our confidence up, and we have to stick to our principles. And if we're going to be a possession team, we have to be comfortable in those situations.
Go in the back to Alonso.
Thank you, Aki. How are you? I know it's a tough loss. And I would like to ask you, what do you think the team could have done better to keep the advantage 1-0?
Honestly, I think we could have tidied it up. It was super slick out there, but that's no excuse. I think our passes could have been better. I think we could have finished our opportunities, but hindsight 2020, we move forward and we make sure that doesn't happen again.
Go to Elise.
Hi, Erica. You created a lot of the chances in attack, especially in the first half. What kind of happened in the second? It kind of seemed that attacking-wise, the momentum kind of dwindled down. If you can explain us that.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. That's soccer. But there's going to be times where you're going to be super busy on the ball, getting a lot of touches, and there's going to be times where you feel a little out of the game. But I think as a leader on this team, I have to step up and find a way to get on the ball and find a way to get my teammates the ball moving forward. So I learned from it and move forward.
Awesome.
Erica, going into halftime, you take the lead very late on. What was the kind of the message heading into that second half in terms of changes and just discussions with the coaching staff?
Well, I think the first half, the last 20 minutes, we dominated. And we stuck to our principles, and we were calm. We were urgent going forward. We were confident in how we wanted to play. And at halftime, we said we have to keep that going. If we play like that, we have this game. But of course, things happen, momentum shifts. We become a little untidy, and it's kind of a domino effect from there.
And we're gonna move on now to Megan Montefusco. Megan, just obviously tough results tonight, but what are your overall thoughts on the game this evening?
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not going to lie. I thought our team has been building something really special, and obviously you can see that out on the field. We put everything out there. It's just really defeating to go down at the very end like that. We fought really hard, but they have some special players. We knew they were good at whipping balls in the box, and they definitely executed on that. So we have to give it to them. But I'm proud of this team, and I'm really proud of our effort, and we're just going to keep building from this and going from here.
Go Austin, then Alonso.
Megan, kind of a lot of playing out of the back tonight. Seemed like playing into the rain's hands, a lot of trapping in those wing sides, a lot of places you guys like to play. How difficult was that, just playing into those moments and having to kind of play within that space with having so many of those rain players in that area?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of tough moments tonight. The surface was really wet from the rain. The ball was a little bit bouncy. And not only that, they were pressing us really hard. They were hunting down the ball and trapping us out on the side, like you just said. And we knew that, though. We worked on it in training, and, we did our best with it. And we just tried to move the ball as much as we could, considering all the circumstances. But, they did a great job pressing us and trapping us on the side. And, we got out of it a few times, and I thought we worked well, just building through it throughout the game.
Alonso, then Luis.
Thank you, Aki. Hi, Megan. How are you? And it's a tough loss. And I wanted to ask you, how special was this game for you, especially for your pass?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to play against one of your old clubs. It's really motivating, really, just to be out there with those players that I've played with. But I wanted to win. I want to show that team that my team is good, and we wanted to get those 3 points. So it's a special night for sure to share the field again with players like Lou and Pino and all those girls that I used to play with. It's awesome seeing them out there and seeing them still playing and doing extremely well. But again, I wanted to win, and it's tough.
Luis?
Thank you, Megan. I know it's not the result. The team won it, but you had a very important game today. 44 completed passes, 7 recoveries. You're facing the Thorns next. What are some things you feel defensively the team can improve facing another tough opponent?
Yeah, I mean, just like the Reign, the Thorns have some superstar players, and I think shutting those players down, getting closer to stop crosses. I think that's something that we can definitely do. Closing that space just quicker. We can't let crosses get off too easy and players left open in the box. It's small margins in this league. You give a player like Sofia Huerta time and space, even just an inch, and she'll hit a perfect cross. So I think just closing those spaces down and getting touch tight in the box is going to be something that we focus on this week and build into going into that game.
Back to Austin.
I think kind of going off of those moments, especially late in the game, you guys are hunting for a winner, pushing numbers forward, and then kind of getting caught on the counterattack. A lot of times throughout that second half, that was kind of happening. Is that just kind of a byproduct of the game, or how do you feel in terms of the transition moments within this game?
Yeah, I think that's just part of this league. You've got to bet something. You've got to put your numbers forward and go for it. And I think we were betting our numbers forward and trying anything to get a point on the board again. And you got to give up something. And I think our rest defense was fine. I didn't feel like, even though if they were playing the ball over the top, I didn't feel like we didn't have cover. I thought we were there and we were able to get the ball and play out again. So we have to let those moments happen. It's part of the game.
All right, everyone. We'll wrap up here with Seb. Seb, just to get things started, can you open with your overall thoughts on the game today?
Big challenge for us. We said that going into the game that Reign are a top team in this league with really, really talented players. And it was probably our biggest test in the run of games that we've had recently. So I thought we started the game slow and scared. That was our message at halftime was, do what we've been doing well to get us to this point. And I thought the second half was better. It's a sucker punch at the end because I felt like we were starting to get momentum and we looked like the team that was going to get the winning goal. But, football's a cruel game at times, and, it's a learning moment for all of us.
We're going to go to Austin and then to Chris.
Let's go, Austin.
Kind of looking at this game, I was talking to Megan and Erica about the press that the Reign were imparting on. They said that you guys were working on it throughout the week in terms of their high press and their trapping on the wings, but it seemed like there were just too many moments where players were getting stuck, players weren't getting the ball off of their feet quick enough. Did you kind of feel that? And does that kind of go into that playing scared mentality?
Yeah, I think it's a level up of what we've faced. You can talk about it in training, you can do video, you can constantly tell the players, this is what it's going to be like, so be prepared. And you don't really know until you're actually in the environment. And, I can say that myself because I've been an ex-player. And we said that about San Diego as well. Like, that first 10 minutes of directness was an eye-opener, and it was the same here. But if you look back of how far we've come from the last 2 months, it speaks volumes of how the Seattle bench reacted at the end of the game. And I think that's massive credit to the players and all the work that they've been putting into, and, the principles, style of play, the culture, everything. And it's just a hiccup right now. We have to keep the ball rolling. This is obviously a tough defeat to take at home. Last kick of the game, you could say, but it's just adding fuel to us to go on and going on for the next game.
Go to Chris and then Alonso.
Hey Seb, Chris Cuff, 24 Flicks. Quick question. So they did spend a lot of time in your third with that press. What are some ways that can be prevented, or is that just the skill of their team? So they had a lot of chances inside the box.
Yeah, there weren't clear chances, but you could class them as chances. I think in order to play the way that we want to play, we have to stick to our principles. Just do it better, I guess. Ball movement, pass and then move, and pull the players out of positions. And it's a great learning moment for all of us. We have a lot of young players. They're still learning the way that we want to play, and it's going to take time. It's not going to be done overnight. So, we'll reflect it. We'll look at it. Can you move there a little bit quicker? Can you do double movements? They've got high quality players who've won World Cups, you know what I'm saying? So you look at their little details of what they do, and then can we implement it into our young, talented players as well?
Alonso, then Luis.
Thank you, Eki. Hi, Coach. How are you?
Good.
Coach, Megan Rapinoe was constantly high pressure and also beating by running behind the players on the right side. What do you think you could have done better to stop this attacking from Megan Rapinoe, which both goals came from the right side also?
I mean, she's been doing it for years, and she's a top player. It's a great moment for Celia and Haley to play against such a top quality player. It's difficult. It's hard work. It's maybe getting a little bit closer to Rapinoe, but if you look in detail, her separation movement gets her the space to then dictate and get her head up and play them penetrated passes. So do we want to double team? Maybe you could have double teamed, but then you lose a player and then they've got another free player. So it's one of them things that maybe we go and get closer to him, play a mark. I don't know. But the last thing you want to do is allow her to dictate the game, the style of the game, she's the heartbeat of the team. And, it's one of the things that we spoke about is you can't allow good players like that to have time on the ball, but she does a really good job of getting separation from her defenders.
Luis, then back to Austin.
Thank you, Coach. A tough result. What are your thoughts on Kylie Storm's performance tonight? She seemed to be winning a lot of the duels against Reign players on her side. If you can tell us about that.
Kylie's been tremendous since she's come into the team. She just keeps getting better and better, and it's the same for a lot of players. I think in possession we could have helped her out a little bit more. Trying to get into spaces and then quick passes, but we said at the start of the game, we're going to have to win our individual duels. You're going to have to win your individual battles. They play wingers who like to get wide and dribble. It threw us off a little bit. Huitema playing right wing at times. But I thought she did terrifically well, along with, the rest of the back line. The back line keeps changing. Carrie comes in today. Tony's out, obviously. We've got Haley coming in, and these new players are starting to learn how we want to play as well. And it's going to take time for them to learn, and we have to do a good job of educating our players, the same as Ali Watt as well.
Back to Austin, and then we'll wrap up with Chris.
So kind of a two-part question. First off, with Viviana leaving in the 25th minute, just wanted to get an update on her condition as well. For Michaela, who came in for her, coming off, cold off the bench and playing the way she did, kind of helping dictate some of the play in the midfield, really taking on some players. Just wanted to get your thoughts on her overall performance.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Viv. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's nothing too serious. We have to remember that this is her first season back from her ACL, so the way that she's progressed and she's been such an important part of our success, it allows Kayla to come in, and we've said from the start, like, we'll put you in when you're ready. And she's, by the time she's had a terrific mentality. She constantly wants work after training. She wants video. She wants just to have a conversation. And she's hungry to play, and she took her opportunity today, and she was first class coming off the bench and making an immediate impact. And it's the same with a lot of these young players. It's all about time, and we spoke about it so many times. Is we have to make sure that they're in at the right moment. Now, this is a level up. Again, playing against some really top players, Fishlot, Rose Lavelle, Rapinoe, like these are players that they watch on TV when they were at college. So it's a massive credit to the team, the players. I'm so proud of them, and we've got to go again. We've got to get another unbeaten run going again. And the good thing for us, we're back at home at Exploria. I wish it was a little bit hotter. The rain helped a little bit, I think. But we want to make this a fortress going into the end of the season.
Last one with Chris.
It's one thing I wanted to say is the last time I saw the Pride to tonight, I've seen a tremendous amount of growth, strength, sharpness. How do you manage that with now so many shifts in the roster of players that you have coming in and out?
The culture, it starts at training. Everyone's fighting for position. Everyone wants to play, and that's the culture that we've built in such a short amount of time. If you watch one of our training sessions, players are going at it. They're trying to build this environment that it's hard in our training sessions than it is on the field because the opponent's not training in our environment. So that's what we've brought. You can ask any of the players; they want to compete. They're all professional athletes who want to win. So whether it's training, whether it's in match days like this, they all want to win. So that's what we've built in, again, a short space of time. And it will only grow and it'll only get better. Obviously, we'll review this game and say, listen, this is what it's going to take to beat a team like Seattle.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Seb. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.